Hi there. My name is Justin Martin, and I'm one of the instructors with Holland Music Studio. At Holland Music Studios, we're adding on online lessons to the lessons that we offer. Now, with that comes certain questions and concerns, and I hope this video can kind of clear some of that up. Now, before I speak on any of that, I do want to say that online lessons are tricky and difficult. There are certain perks that they offer, but there are certain downsides. If online lessons become tricky or difficult, I want to let two things be known. First thing, piano lessons are tricky and difficult, so don't be too discouraged. Difficulty is expected. And the second thing is, don't give up on music lessons entirely. If Zoom lessons don't work out for you, still try out in person, or in studio, or in-home lessons. Those might work just fine for you, even though the Zoom lessons didn't. The next thing I'd like to speak to are the perks of the Zoom lessons. Zoom lessons could be for those who may prefer to stay home. There's plenty of reasons to prefer that. It could be an easy schedule. It could be to avoid conflicts. It could even be anxiety. I've had students who have felt anxious to meet in person, and Zoom has been a great solution. There could be plenty of reasons for why, but if you wish to stay home, Zoom could really help. It could also be for those who are in rural areas where there's no piano instructors around. Some people have to drive 45 minutes just to see a piano instructor. And with Holland Music Studio, we want to change that. The last thing that it might be for you for is if you're in an area where there is either a large amount of booked piano teachers or even overpriced piano teachers. We offer pricing that's a little bit more affordable, and that might be something perfect for you. You don't have to live in Oklahoma where we teach out of. You can live anywhere and still receive quality lessons for cheap. Now, this is what a lesson would somewhat look like. Using multiple cameras set up in this studio, we have essentially everything that you would need for an in-person lesson on screen. Of course, you have this camera where you can see me, but we also have this one. Now, right here, you can see my hands. If I move my hands, it works. We are in the process of also upgrading our camera, so if you notice that this fine print isn't quite looking too swell, that will change. Now, you are still able to read this. The goal is that as we go through a lesson, I can mark stuff on the page. For example, if I had my pencil with me, I could circle this, and you would have the same lesson book. So, when I circle this, you would also circle. And you can follow along using your book, but I can guide you in the book by using this. Now, we have another camera angle. This camera angle. Now, is it the greatest camera angle ever? No. Once again, will not beat in-person lessons, but this is really, really close, and it offers some perks. A student can see my face and body language. A student can also see my hands on the piano with the top of the screen. And then when I press notes, not only can you hear the piano playing, but you can also see it on both the piano and on the grand staff. This offers a lot of perks that actually you can't even get in person lessons. Now let's talk about what you will need. Now, I'm not going to try and make a large list and make things difficult. I want to make this as short as possible. there are 3 things that are crucial. First, you will need a device to access Zoom. That could be a phone, tablet, or laptop. I would prefer a tablet. Now, if you do not have a tablet, feel free to use a phone or a laptop. Do not feel as if you have to get a tablet. My reasons for a tablet include the large screen, like a laptop, but the mobility, like a phone. It is a good mix of the two. Another thing you will need are the books. Now, books, keyboard, there's a list of things. You can look at this in the needed page. I'll put a link to that in the online lessons section. But you will need books. I will have my own books here, and you will need to order some. This last thing is a suggestion. Because it is difficult to do Zoom lessons, having a stand and a camera could be helpful. Now, you do not need to have the setup that I have. You do not need to have 4 cameras and have them mounted or anything like that. But having one camera that is sitting on top of your piano could help. If you do not have a camera like that, then you will most likely need help during lessons. Now, already, if you are under the age of 13, get some help from mom and dad or a guardian. Don't feel as if you have to do the lesson by yourself. The more participation, the better. But if you don't get a mount and you don't set a camera on top of the piano, I will need to sometimes see your hands on the piano, and that means you need a friend. There's no shame in using a friend, but if you don't want to call on someone to come hold up a phone for you, you can get a camera and a mount. Now, the remainder of the information not in this video can be found in the online lessons section of our website. This should give you a good gist of just the general things that you need to know or see. But if there's something that is not in the online lessons section and not in this video, feel free to reach out to us. We are here to help you. You can email, you can text, and you can call. And if we don't pick up, you can leave us a voicemail with your concerns and we'll get right back to you